This episode of Big Story comes to you from Borno State in northeast Nigeria, a state which since 2009 has been suffering from the activities of Islamic sect Boko Haram, a huge loss in property, in life, and in other things to Nigeria as a whole, not just the state. However, this episode of the program is going to talk more about the rebuilding process of Borno State. Welcome to Big Story. I'm Thompson. The sound of commercial activities returning to Maiduguri, the capital of Borno State, after a period of tension and restricted movement. This is in spite of the 9 p.m. curfew, which is still in force, although flexible when compared to 2013, when a state of emergency was declared. At the height of insurgency in the state, businesses were closed and life was quiet and very conservative. The activities of the dreaded sect Boko Haram was so high in the state that the state was easily referred to as the headquarters of the sect.
Well, actually, it makes us feel bad. It is unfortunate that the world see Borno as the headquarters of Boko Haram, even though the Boko Haram activities are more in Borno State, but it has spread to Yobe, Adamawa, and other parts of Nigeria. Generally, there's this impression that Borno is Boko Haram. That's the general impression, which is not completely true. Even though we have majority and more of the activities in Borno, there are Boko Haram elements in other parts of the country.
And even though life is becoming normal, memories of the consequences of the destruction linger on the minds of residents.
About 22 local governments out of 27 were overrun by Boko Haram. And this miscreant hoisted their flags in the headquarters and other major cities and towns of these 22 local government areas. They have sacked military barracks. They have sacked civil authorities, and Maiduguri, the state capital, became the host to all the 27 local government IDPs that were sacked, as well as military and paramilitary organizations that were sacked from these various local government to the state headquarters. At a point, you need a visa before you go to where we went to today, talking about Mafa, talking about Durkwa, Ngala, and Kalabalge, because it is under the sole control of Boko Haram terrorists.
But they are eager to also embrace the changes which has come with victory over insurgency.
You can now move freely. A lot of roads were blocked. Even within the city, there were barricades. There are areas that were considered as no-go areas. But now you can move freely. You can travel from here to Yobe without any fear of attack. The road linking Maiduguri to Biu has been opened. And recently, just last week, the road linking Biu to Yobe, to Damatru in Yobe State has been opened. So these are part of efforts being made towards ending the insurgency.
The rebuilding process, however, takes time to spill to all aspects. One aspect still lacking is that the capital still houses a large number of internally displaced persons from attacks in various local government areas in 17 camps, which are mostly schools.
When it started from Bama, Konduga, Dambua, when people plead, so they were actually going to their respective families. Then those without family within the Maiduguri town, so the government feel that it will give them accommodation in a very safe and conducive place. So this is what resulted for the formation of the various camps. So that's why even in the camps we have within Metropolitan and Jere, Pama occupies virtually 7 camps. Even presently, in one of the camp that we tag Government Girls College, mostly we lodge widows and orphans who lost their parents separately in a safe and conducive atmosphere.
Their occupation has led to either closure or skeletal academic activities in Maiduguri for about 2 years now. But now arrangement to relocate them is in place.
We are relocating them in respect to reopen schools. And we have a comprehensive data now that will give chance to even the IDPs that are supposed to be in post-primary schools. This is a government girls' college, a boarding secondary school initially, but it's being occupied by the IDPs. And it's unwise at this contemporary world for us to keep them in the camp.
You know, we're approaching the farming season, and the intention of the government is let everybody go back to his place so that farm could commence. And the government has made a massive intention or make a preparation so that everybody will be engaged in the farming system. And for the school children, if you see, most of our schools now are being occupied by the IDPs, but they are being evacuated now to a camps whereby school will start. So honestly, that's the intention of the government so that the children maybe go back to school, because you know most of our people are being, most of the schools within the metropolis, and then that's what within the local governments, they're all been banned by this insurgency. So we have a lot to do, but nevertheless, we are still making an effort whereby we'll settle back our children to school.
This is the plan for the over 1.5 million IDPs which have been identified in Borno State by the State Emergency Management Agency. These individuals, who have become the responsibility of the state government, have to be treated with sensitivity because of their experience, especially the youth among them.
We were also blessed with agile and gallant youths who took the bull by the horns. I'm talking about the civilian JTF. Now, the government, as a responsible government, set up a committee to review the activities of the civilian JTF with a view to engage them after the insurgency. I'm now talking about post-insurgency plans. Now, the first step is to pass a law in the State House of Assembly known as Youth Vigilante and Empowerment Agency Law 2015, which gives power to the state government to establish an agency that will cater for these youths to be employed and become useful members of this society to earn a living. Intelligence have shown that the root cause of Boko Haram is abject poverty and lack of knowledge. So we want to take corrections from what led to the emergence of Boko Haram.
While these are on, continuous security of the capital Maiduguri is prioritized. Vigilance from everyone is the watchword.